So I have had so many comments and messages about my skincare and beauty routine on some of my latest videos, so I thought I would run you through start to finish what is currently in my arsenal and do a little makeup look. It is Saturday. We have just spent all day lying by the pool and I'm now getting ready to go to dinner. It's a little pool to bar situation and this is it. I love beauty and skincare. Being an athlete who is in the chlorine all the time, I think that skin prep is probably one of the most important parts of your makeup routine. And for me, that means drowning my skin in hydration so it's nice and dewy and plump. So I always start with this hyaluronic acid. It also has collagen and retinol in it. So normally I dampen my face, do about 2 or 3 pumps and then add some water to that and pop it all over my skin. I think probably only in recent years have I really found a routine that works well for me. For a long time I thought that I had dry skin until I realized that my skin would never like flake or peel, but it is so dehydrated because the chlorine just sucks all of the life out of it. So once I started getting not regular facials, but maybe facials 4 times a year, and every time I would go in they said your skin is so dehydrated, I started to listen and now my routine is full of skin products that are just going to juice it and plumpen it up. Actually, so excited for Rhode to come to Australia because I purchased the glazing milk years ago when I was in the US competing, and I have not found a product that performs as well of it, but I do have a substitute. This is the vegan kombucha tea essence, and I get this at the Korean skincare store. Just shake it up, do about that much. And again, it goes all over my face. I am just going down the road to drink, so I'm not going to do anything too crazy today, just like a very minimal makeup routine. Also, I am looking at myself in the mirror and I'm putting that on my face so aggressively. Please, if you're watching this, be more delicate with your skin than I mean. That is nice and soft now. Before I do a makeup, I always also add an oil just because my skin is, again, so dehydrated. I find that if I don't add an oil under my foundation, then it essentially dries out and I look just lifeless after about an hour of wearing my makeup. So for me, I like the Sunday Riley vitamin C glow oil, or also any rosehip oil is fine. I actually was on Roaccutane. I'm clearly nearly out. I was on Roaccutane for years as a teenager, and I discovered rosehip oil through my dermatologist at the time because basically my skin was drying out so much because of the chlorine and Accutane combination. And now every single water sport athlete or chlorine athlete I put onto rosehip oil, it is a miracle saver, I'm telling you. Especially if you live in a drier climate, like when I was living in Melbourne, it's another level. So I usually let all of those products sink in for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to put some SPF on today as well, just because it still is afternoon and we're sitting outside in an outdoor bar. So I just want to make sure that I'm protected. And also this Avene one is gorgeous. It also just leaves a really nice, shiny, glowy, dewy base. I actually find that makeup sits really well under it. And always do the back of your hands. So that is all my little skin prep done. Now let's get into the fun stuff, which is the makeup. Starting with brows. I always just put a clear brow gel through my brows. I'm very lucky that I have pretty thick eyebrows, and I normally only ever get them shaped. I don't get them laminated, although I did get them laminated once and it was a look. You could ask all of my friends. It was probably not my best decision because they added a tint too and I just looked like Hagrid. It was not great. My hair is still damp from the pool, so I put a mask in, but what I might do is just use this to slick it back, extra slick back as well. I know that everyone says the slick back is out for 2026, but I don't really have another hairstyle that works for me, so I'm gonna have to workshop something there. The egghead is the only thing that works when you have chlorine damaged hair. Although I am working on growing out my hair and my hair health this year, so if you have any tips for especially chlorine damaged, dry, brittle hair, please leave them in the comments below. I normally play a little bit science labby with my foundation. I've got a couple of products that I mix together. So to start off, I love Charlotte Tilbury, one of my favorite brands of all time. I always start with the setting spray as a little bit of a primer. I also just love how good this one smells. This is where we play cocktail. So I always start with this. As soon as Rhode gets to Australia, I will pretty much be replacing this with the glazing milk. But for now, I use this product. Probably a quarter or a half pump of my foundation. This is the NARS Sheer Glow foundation. And then I also mix in a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter with that as well. So you'll see here, I actually just add it straight to my palms, about that much. I use more Flawless Filter than I do foundation. I'm so lazy, I still have not bought a pump for this foundation. Literally the tiniest amount. Let me add, this is not a full beat. I'm going out event makeup. They're quite a natural and glowy look today. So I will add about that much foundation. And then I mix in that much, I don't know if you can see, of the milk. The other product that's really good in Australia, but it's quite exy, is the Ilia Skin Milk. Is a great alternative. So I mix it into a little watery paste and then glide the whole thing across my face like so. And I love the glow that the Flawless Filter gives as well. I just feel like it's so natural. And when you mix it into a little smoothie cocktail, I don't know, I feel like it is a very natural sheer coverage, which unless I'm going to a ball or a wedding, I definitely tend to lean that way with my makeup. So I rub it in with my hands and then I just dampen my beauty blender and go over that to make sure that I haven't missed any little bits. Always bring it down the neck. Next, oh, there's a cloud coming over the bathroom. Bear with me. Next is my little Bobbi Brown color corrector. I love this product. I probably haven't used concealer in about 18 months since discovering this product. My friend Mel put me onto it and I just do under my eyes. The older I get, the more dark circles tend to find me. Oh, it's very dark in here. Wait for the sun to come back out. And I just, again, I love using my fingers for this and to tap it in. So, blush. I normally have been doing blush then contour, but lately I've been going the other way around, contour then blush. So I use the Westman Atelier contour stick in Biscuit, a nice cool tone, considering I'm a pale girl. And I know all the beauty experts say not to draw directly onto your face, but I don't know. I kind of enjoy the action, but this is why, because I've already done it unevenly. Couple here. I never contour my nose because every time I do, I break out and get a pimple right on the tip, and to me it's just not worth it. Go along the jawline and just a little on the neck. Sometimes I do under here, but I notice that it just doesn't last, so I don't really, but you know what, why not today? And then I just take my makeup brush and blend it out. I'm really working on my soft hand when it comes to doing my makeup, which hasn't always been a strong suit of mine in the past. I would love to know if there are any other athletes who are chlorine girls, or maybe anyone who spends time in the ocean, if they have any beauty hacks or secrets, because I feel like I've spent a lot of time researching over the years. It makes me so happy that so many of the young divers come up to me, just making sure that their skin's not itchy or red because of how harsh the chlorine can be on the skin. But there's always more to know, and I would love if anybody has more to leave them in the comments for me. I also just add a little bit here. That sun is so nice. Next is blush. I personally still don't think I've found my perfect blush color, so I'm on the hunt for it. At the moment, I've been buying middies of everything because I don't want to waste my money on a full-size product. This is the Rare Beauty Liquid Pinch Blush in Hope, and I do really like it. I think it's really pretty. I think it goes with my blue eyes. However, when I put it on, I always find myself wanting a little bit more depth than it gives me. So I blend that, oh, maybe a little much. I'll give you one thing, this blush lasts a really long time because one little dot gets you so far. So I've been doing that as my base blush. And then I saw this girl who does Benetton Stain over the top. I have this Etude Water Tint, which is another one from a Korean brand. And it's like this deep red color. You really have to move fast. It will dry down quicker than you can pat it, and it kind of stains your fingers a little bit too. So that is me for all of my cream products. So I will just do another little spritz of the CT. If you haven't used the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders, you are missing out. These are beautiful. I actually normally prefer when they come in the Christmas edition holiday palettes, but I've missed out on getting one the last couple of years, so I've had to buy this palette. And normally I just do a mix of these two. These two are face powders and this top one is a bronzer, which I've clearly demolished. I need to go and buy myself a new palette. Tap that off. And then I literally pat it on my whole face. I don't use a setting powder because my skin is so dehydrated it dries out. So this is my setting powder, essentially. I always go over my eyes too, just because why not? She's looking glowy. It feels so awkward to film a YouTube video doing my makeup because normally I have music playing and all of that, but I can't do that because of the copyright. So we're gonna have to settle for sitting with my own thoughts, which is just terrifying, really. So we are powdered, we are glowing, which is what I love. And then I literally will just see if I can squeeze any more bronzing powder out of this, really get into the corners. And I only use this to add a little bit more to my temples. I don't bring it down here. Maybe I should, but I just add a little bit more to the temples like that. I really like the Hourglass bronzer and also the Kosas bronzer because they're nice and glowy as well, which I feel like really then fits in with the Hourglass powder. Oh no, I lie. I do bring it down my face. Sorry everyone. And then also I always carry the excess down my neck because there's nothing worse than having a big harsh line. I'm actually one of 8 siblings, and last night I had sibling dinner and my brother was teaching me about mulling, maybe? No, I don't know. Watch me make a fool of myself. But where you stick your tongue to the roof of your mouth to give yourself a snatched appearance. I've been missing out this entire time taking photos. Anyway, that's my hack of the day for all of you, although I'm sure you already know it. My final powder step is just to go over my blush with a tiny little bit of powder just to lock that in. This is the Hourglass one. I don't actually have the shade because it's rubbed off, but it's kind of the brighter, maybe corally pink color. I'm pretty happy with this. The last thing I'm gonna add is, I'm gonna finish with is my eyes. I have really been loving pink eyeshadow lately. It's really soft and very pretty and I am liking that at the moment. So this is the Mecca Mattes Zoom Stick in baby pink. So I'm just gonna get all close to you guys for a second. And I literally do it on my eye like that and then pat it in. So, and I really do a tiny amount, especially when I'm just doing a natural makeup look because I don't want to have a lot of pink on my eyes, but I've kind of found that this is my version of a neutral and I've really been leaning towards it for probably the last year now. Top it off with a bit of mascara. I want to know how many people put mascara on their bottom lashes because I do, but sometimes I regret it when I do. Need a specific wand for it. Q-tip. I did, oh guys, I never blended out my bottom lip. What is going on? I'm not with it today. I got my lips blushed about 18 months ago. So when we did it, she evened out my top lip slightly because it was uneven. But I will just use one of the Mecca liners or a whatever lip liner I can find. I buy so many because I lose them all the time. I'm not gonna lie, if I was just going to dinner, I probably wouldn't bother, but because you guys are here with me and we're just adding a little bit of extra pizzazz and then just a little, so cutie. And then finish it off with a little lip oil. We are pretty much done here. This is the look. I hope that you guys liked this video. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did my makeup and I can't wait to see you guys again next week.